Hello, look who's back. It's me. I took some time off for Christmas, but I'm back now. I'm like Santa Claus, but backwards. So I had some nice time off. I had some family in town. They stayed with us for like a week. That was nice. I finally got a Steam Deck. Mrs. Joe from Seattle came in clutch, which means I can now personally confirm that Backyard Baseball does indeed run phenomenally on the Steam Deck. I am also now officially the champion of the universe in Backyard Baseball, so if you think you're better than me at Backyard Baseball, I don't want to hear it, Derek. Put it away, Derek. I don't care, Ick. I unfortunately did not get my Christmas wish of Backyard Baseball 2003 being added to Steam. They have 2001 up there as coming soon, so I'm still holding out hope that 2003 comes along. Backyard Baseball 01 is still good, but it has a couple like fatal flaws that make 03 the better game. I think it really comes down to two things. The first one being that Backyard Baseball 01 doesn't have Tiny Ichiro, and the other one being that Backyard Baseball 01 doesn't have Tiny Sean Green, but I digress. I also restarted Dark Souls 2 for anyone who cares, because the Dark Souls 2 switch in my brain has finally flipped, which means I used to really not like Dark Souls 2. I used to be a Dark Souls 1 purist, and now I'm absolutely obsessed with Dark Souls 2 because it just scratches my brain in a nice little itchy scratchy way, and I can't explain why, because it's miserable and I can't stop. But anyways, I hope you all had a wonderful time with your families, with your friends, with yourselves. But some people I know decided to spend the holidays doing what they do best: provoking console wars on behalf of giant mega corporations who were probably rolling in money for the last 2 months. So even if they did know who you were, and even if they did care about what you had to say, they probably wouldn't be able to hear you from all the money in their ears, because these are corporations who don't care. But we did this last year, so let's do it this year. Let's take a look at some of my favorite console wars on Twitter that were going on during Christmas. We're talking Christmas Eve, we're talking Christmas Day, we're talking the 2 days that you should just be hanging out and doing your own thing, hanging with family, maybe playing some games if you're not hanging with family, but probably like the lowest priority day of the entire calendar year to be console warring for no reason at all. So grab some bevies and eat a snack with your stupid little snack hole, because we're coming back swinging this week. Did you miss me? I didn't. Let's start with JayTech, who tweeted out at 6:49 a.m. on the day after Christmas. I'm counting this one as a Christmas post because you know he was just like itching to post it. He was waiting. He had this one lined up. He made the AI picture here like a week in advance. You just know it. But he says, who won Christmas? With Santa Claus with the PlayStation Blue and the PlayStation logo, and the Grinch with the Xbox logo, which if you know anything about your Christmas lore, you would know that this is actually not a dig at Xbox, because the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes on Christmas. Meanwhile, Santa's heart remained the same size. So, Jay, you should probably catch up on your Christmas lore. I also like in this picture that Santa's looking up at the hat like, God damn it, why am I wearing this thing? Why'd you make me wear this thing? Look, what is this? What is this? There's a reason I don't wear blue, you stupid idiot. That generic Eric tweets out, scare an Xbot, PC mustard waste, or a Nintendrone with a quality product. I'll start. When did he tweet this out? Oh, 11:51 a.m. on Christmas Eve. Wonderful. Because the PS5 is the only quality product ever made of all time. There's no way that Nintendo has ever made a quality product. How's the PS5 selling compared to the Switch right now? Oh. I see. Since you guys really only care about sales numbers and hard numbers, hard monies, the Switch is absolutely decimating the PlayStation. The Switch 2 is going to decimate it again. But yeah, no, for sure. Let's spend Christmas Eve unprovoked just tweeting out a fucking JPEG of a PlayStation that's not even cropped correctly because it's not centered, and starting a console war. Why? I mean, I don't see the check mark in your name, so I don't think you're making money off of this. You're just doing it for the love of the game, which I would almost respect if you weren't completely insufferable. At Marius PS Banner says, knowing Astro Flop still struggling selling even after winning Game of the Year. Damn, this warmed my heart. I love how people go back and forth on whether or not a game can be good based on sales. You know what I mean? If a game sells really well, but you didn't want it to. It's like, well, sales don't equal quality. But if a game is received really well and doesn't have like absolutely cranking sales, it's like, haha, the game can't be good, it's a flop. But also, better question, why are you thinking about this? Why are you caring about this? Why does this matter? It really doesn't. It really shouldn't. And yet it does to you. I mean, at least you have the fucking check mark. At least you're making like a buck or two off of this, but geez. It warms your heart that a game that won Game of the Year is not selling as well as you think it should. That warms your heart. That's all it takes. Look at the Grinch. His heart grew 3 sizes. You should learn something from him. Nelson Gaming tweets out a picture of the Avengers that's really weirdly color shaded for some reason. It says PlayStation players and then PC players with a picture of a bunch of dudes in a shower. You tweeted this out at 6:49 p.m. on Christmas Day. So, on Christmas Day evening, the rest of us are sitting down for dinner with our families, or we're like, having fun with our friends, we're relaxing, we're doing something to celebrate the holiday. You're Googling pictures of dudes in the shower. Let's just think about this for a second. You're trying to make some kind of statement about PC players, right? Because, obviously the implication here is that PlayStation players are like, ooh, they're like the Avengers. And PC players, they're just a bunch of weird guys in the shower. Well, only one of us Googled a picture of guys in a shower. Can we guess who that was? Oh, but hold your horses because it's time for the Doofus Club shoutouts. I brought back the original Doofus Club graphic and explosion and music. The Doofus Club is 99 cents a month. You get the star next to your name. You get 4 emojis and counting. Did you know we're up to 4 emojis right now? I added 2 without saying anything. Haha. But you also get to be part of the Doofus Club shoutouts, which is in every single video, I shout out every single member of the Doofus Club as fast as humanly possible. The Doofus Club as of December 30th is Joey Scoops, Jidge, Retro is Joe's dad, Joe is my daddy, Justin Mab, Ran Roy, Stoico, Little Gray Cells, Extreme the Wolf 7, Toonie Wayne 7. No, it's just Toonie Wayne. It's just Toonie Wayne, Joe. Fucking get it together. Joe Taku, Puddin' Tane, Rebel Blood 80, Stephen Christensen, All Games Video. I'm married to Joe and he tucks me in every night. Okay. Darth Muffin, Binary Deviant, Raven Bloodrot, Henthai, Mick Advertisement, Dunkle's Omen, Wild Gamer 3001, Demetrius Papagiorno, Kibikins, I American Idiot, Boofner, Antoine Horton, Jody Breeze, Mr. Techno Squeak, Max Laurel Maximus, Buddy Holly, Furry Raptor 1, Snorlax, and Maddie Plays Xmas Edition. Also, I have a Doofusy. Diego Garcia, Vasgro, Matt H, Omnistef94, Blue Hook, Mr. Self-Destruct, Raptor Tim, Willie JJ the last... Oh, God. Willie JJ the last and first of his name to make Joe choke on. God damn it. Okay. Listen, you guys are getting out of hand here. Joe needs to... Oh, my God. Joe needs all of us to change our names to sentences. Fuck. Michael Musial, Manga Key, Ghost Ho, The Scruffy Skull, Famtanga, The Jojo 6, Mio Bunny, Frost Crystal, Edge Knight 1789, Biogenesis, Eldon the Noble, Jimmy Chops, Yeah, I Camp So, Floppy Pingus 97, Ian in Action, Doug Nigsy, Rogue Winter 0901, Bobby Hinner, Hangman for Hire, Kajus Hippity, and Omega, Grimsy, Gavo P, Mr. Spawning 03, Nick Donegan, Why Trouble, Donnie Weston, Ant Dog 65, Rilizard, Gob Gonson, Veza Canary, Retzko 1632, Elite, Bajovnik, Magnict, Thornscade, Ex Machina Gamma, Oh No Alex Gooned on Me, Severin Evans, Biscot 101, Jesus. Anurag G YouTube, Hero Culture, Tom from Spokane. Hey, I know that place. OM Gaming, Pope Raphael the Rat King, Tariq Brown, Maxo550, Gaming with Dead People, Stick Rider, The Cunt Connoisseur, Kev Dog 1992, Pig Venus. Pig Venus, The Beesoms, Steve Wen Studios, and Phil McCracken. So if you want to join the Doofus Club, be part of the Doofus Club shoutouts, and get 4 emojis and counting, go ahead and pay 99 cents a month to me with the join button, and be a part of the Doofus Club. Okay, back to the video. Pure PlayStation says Nintendo folded the Power War once they were decimated by PlayStation 1 and 2. Decimate? Wasn't I using that word before? There's no going back for them. Wait, so Nintendo folded after the PlayStation 1 and 2, but then the Wii completely destroyed the PS3, and the Switch is destroying the PS4 and 5. I don't think you know what folded means, but okay. Sony folded handheld war after the PS Vita. There's no going back for them, still trying. I mean, PlayStation absolutely could re-enter the handheld war. If there's anything the Steam Deck has proven, it's that people are more than willing to pay a premium for a high-powered, handheld machine. Isn't the PS Portal selling all right? Are you paying attention at all? Both are doing well and will never even try competing. Xbox is in an identity crisis. No, Xbox is not in an identity crisis. Xbox knows exactly what it is. It is a service. Xbox is a service. It is a multi-platform game service. You may not like that that's what it is now, but that's what it is now. They're making it very clear. They're throwing it in your face. You don't have to like it, but it is what it is. And when did you tweet this out? Oh, yes, 7:26 a.m. on Christmas Day. Santa Claus literally just came to town and you tweeted this out. Okay, cool, wonderful. Let's move along. At Jamie's Act says, not only are Xbox games shifting to third-party status, but even their hardware will rely on OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, who are by definition third-party companies producing the Xbox hardware. They pieced out on these Xbot clowns. Tweeted out at 8:31 a.m. on Christmas Day. Santa Claus is in the rear view and we're back to the console war. Woo! But hang on, so are we losing our shit that Xbox is getting hardware from a third party for their hardware? Is that really what we're talking about right now? Like, so you're laughing about the fact that Xbox is getting their hardware produced by third party companies. Are you really under the impression that Sony makes all of their hardware in-house? Is that really what you think happens? You really think there's no hardware outsourcing like anywhere? You think this is weird? Because this isn't weird. It is incredibly common for hardware companies to outsource at least some of the construction, because otherwise you would have to build a bunch of factories and have a bunch of workers and have a whole supply chain under your umbrella, when it's cheaper and easier to just have other people who already make the hardware for you. Every company does this. There is not a single console on the market now or in the recent past that has made 100% of its tech in-house. This is not weird. Why are you thinking about this when Santa literally just came to town? 100% you got an Xbox. 100% you got an Xbox from Santa. I don't encourage dogpiling. I don't encourage you to go to other people's accounts and like spam them with things because you saw them in a video. But if we go to this tweet specifically and just reply, Xbox from Santa, moving on. I got a couple more in me. Hunter says, the Xbox told me that Astro Bot only selling 1.5 million copies is a flop because that's only 2.5% of the PS5 install base. Xbox plus Steam equals 163 million, so 0.613% for Stalker 2. I bought a PC copy and I'll grab a PS5 copy too. I guess PS5 has to save another studio. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This... People weren't saying Astro Bot was a flop because it was only 2.5% of the PS5 install base. Maybe people were saying that, but that's not why I'm saying it. I'm not even saying that Astro Bot was a flop, but I am saying that compared to other first-party Sony IPs and other first-party Sony PlayStation exclusive games, Astro Bot absolutely underperformed. That is undeniable. Now, you can make the argument very easily, I would say, that Astro Bot shouldn't be considered a flop because it was obviously never going to be trying to hit those kinds of numbers. It's a smaller scale 3D platformer. It's not a giant system seller like Spider-Man or God of War, so you shouldn't be holding it to Spider-Man or God of War standards. I frankly agree with that. Astro Bot was a much smaller scale project and therefore shouldn't be held to the kind of giant scale project numbers and expectations of those bigger games. But you're being a complete idiot and trying to make the user base argument, which, okay, let's throw that right back at you. You're saying that Stalker 2 was a flop because it sold, what, 0.6% of the total Xbox and PC user base? Congratulations, you've now opened the door for literally every PlayStation game to be considered a flop, because if they were released on the PC, you now have to include that 132 million from Steam in the user base percentage. Are you willing to do that with games like God of War Ragnarok? God of War Ragnarok is now a flop because it only sold I'm not gonna do the fucking math right now. But do you really think if you put the PlayStation 5 user base and the Steam user base together and looked at God of War Ragnarok sales numbers, do you really think it's going to be higher than like maybe 1 to 2%? Are you prepared to call God of War Ragnarok a flop because of that? Or how about Uncharted? Uncharted 4 is on PC, did not sell very well. What about Ratchet and Clank? How about that one? Those games are multi-platform. Are you still prepared to make the percentage of the user base argument for the sales? No, you're not. Okay, shut the fuck up. Holly jolly fuck yourself. One more from that generic Eric. I feel like he was earlier in the video, but I'm honestly just losing my mind, so I don't remember. But at 9:55 a.m. on Christmas Day, he tweets out to the Sony stables, "Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and whatever else you celebrate. Xbots, go fuck yourselves. PCMR, go fuck yourselves. Nintendrones, go fuck yourselves, and for the love of God, leave the children alone." And people ask me why I make fun of the PlayStation dudes as much as I do. People in the PlayStation base wonder why the internet makes fun of them. It's because you have people like this in your ranks and people supporting them. It's not just that the shitty people are in your ranks. You can't do anything about that. But the reason why incredibly toxic people like this continue to exist in the PlayStation space is because for everyone who doesn't give them positive attention, there are people who do give them positive attention. And as long as that's going to be the case, you're going to keep getting made fun of, because this is pathetic. So ho ho ho, welcome back to Joe from Seattle. I'm gonna make a lot of videos this week because I took a week off and I have a lot of things to do in my backlog, lots of stuff to talk about. I have a few videos in the works right now. Ooh, okay, man. This one just took it out of me. Holy shit. Okay, toodles.